Welcome, everyone. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Dr. Roz Schneider. Dr. Schneider is the newly appointed Vice Chair of the GMDP Academy Board. And Dr. Schneider brings a pretty remarkable blend of clinical, strategic, and patient-centered expertise to her role. I will let her talk a little bit more about herself, but her expertise spans hospital leadership, academic medicine, and really transformative work in the biopharmaceutical industry. Dr. Schneider, thank you so much for being here and congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you, and for that lovely introduction.
Well, let's start with what brought you to this role. What inspired you to take on the position of Vice Chair of the Academy Board?
I feel that it's extremely important for us to remain prepared in this industry with the changing environment. And this academy has beautifully designed breadth of education that's very practical and functional for people to apply their learnings in real time to the work that they're doing, both to improve the quality of the work that they're doing in the moment, but also to keep their opportunities open for them in the future. I know I've certainly experienced the benefit of doing additional education, additional training, so that I feel more confident in the different roles that I've had in both clinical practice, but also in industry. And I think building on our competencies is essential for us to remain relevant and to keep the opportunities open.
Dr. Schneider, you have spent your career really at the intersection of science, policy, and patient care. And with that in mind, how do you see the Academy evolving to meet the changing needs of the global medicines development workforce?
So there have been tremendous shifts in our industry, as well as in healthcare. If we start with the life sciences industry, there are economic pressures that seem more and more each day that we need to do more with less as companies. And we see frequent reorganizations, we see role shifting, and there's a lot of disruption to workflow. In healthcare, we've also seen how and where healthcare is delivered has moved. And that's only been accelerated, I would say, by the COVID-19 pandemic, and how patients connect with each other, connect with their own data, connect with their healthcare teams has also changed. So between that and the rapid advances that we've had in complex technologies, in digital health, in expansion of the biotech innovations that we see in more targeted and precise therapies, including gene therapy, gene editing, as well as we're also seeing the shifts in the expectations from our health authorities and from our payers and our governments. All of those things, I think, again, make it important for us to prepare. My advice to my mentees and my colleagues over the years has always been to stay very close to their own purpose and mission. And that's, again, helped me in my career and why I want to be part of this wonderful academy for the long term. If we're staying close to our own purpose and mission, we can view any role we have or any organization we're working with as a vehicle. That vehicle may change many times during our career, but each of us owns our purpose. We own the destination. And then we either choose the vehicles or the vehicles may be chosen for us at different times. Practically speaking, to be ready for opportunities in this changing environment, it's imperative to remain curious and to remain agile to change and to build on the competencies we bring into a program like the GMDP Academy so that so that we can be prepared for a variety of paths that can help us work on our own personal mission. And it connects to the GMDP Academy mission, which again is very much aligned, because the mission is to be that global hub of education and training for this field of medical product development that includes medicines development and medical technologies, and dedicated to promoting this patient-centered scientific knowledge and fostering meaningful discussions, with that ultimate vision of the Academy to elevate this field as a respected profession. So positioning medical product development as a profession that is with specialized knowledge and that spirit of inquiry and commitment to continuous improvement is foundational, so that colleagues can remain agile in this, I will say, volatile environment right now. At the same time, there's plenty of unmet need and plenty of work to be done. We know that. Preparation and agility will enable colleagues in the life sciences to either find or make new opportunities for themselves.
One of the themes, Dr. Schneider, that has defined your work is integrating the patient voice into the heart of medicine's development. To that end, I'm wondering, how do you envision the Academy fostering that approach or a similar approach through its educational mission?
I would say the GMDP Academy has fostered this approach since the very beginning. The course has included my separate lecture on patient-centered medicine's development, and beyond that, the principles of patient involvement are evident in other elements of the course and in different modules. The faculty members work with our learners to integrate concepts from each of the lectures and each of the modules so that the education is relevant not only to the work that is in the functional areas where learners are working now, but that it's woven together rather than siloed. Just as the work should be woven together, the education is woven together by the faculty. And the premise of patient involvement is that patients are our most critical stakeholders in medicine and medical technology development. We need to know that we're investing our resources where there truly is need, where there truly is unmet need. And we plan elaborate programs to develop medicines and medical technologies. When we look end to end in that life cycle, there are discrete points where the lived experience of patients, care partners, and family members should be included by design. That engagement improves, for example, the feasibility of the clinical trials that we're doing and the quality. It improves the likelihood of health authority approval and ultimately successful commercialization. And equally important, the deliberate involvement of patients should foster a better understanding of benefit and risk as perceived by the patient community, and also should foster that safe, effective, and appropriate use of all of our medical products. And that should improve health outcomes for the people and communities we serve. When I look at the GMDP Academy and how that will affect a more patient-centered industry, it's that the learners will apply what they're learning in their didactic teaching and in the experiential learning that happens in the academy, and they'll implement patient engagement and demonstrate the value of patient engagement end to end to their internal and to their external stakeholders. And the most meaningful impact, I would say, will be as learners go back to their work and apply what they learn at the academy in their daily work, so that it becomes business as usual.
Yeah, I imagine that embedding it sort of into the culture of the work would be tremendously impactful.
Absolutely.
Thinking about the current and the future landscape of medicine's development, what key competencies do you believe are essential for today's professionals? And maybe say a little bit about why.
The competencies, that is the very specific knowledge and capabilities that professionals should have, again, regardless of which area of medical product development they're working in at the moment, are those competencies that will enhance their current work and that will keep the doors open so that they can collaborate more effectively across functions, or they can move to other roles or other functional areas. There are many competencies that can be learned or built upon within the GMDP Academy offerings. Namely, I would say gaining confidence in the knowledge of the stages of medicine development from discovery through commercialization, and understanding at a deeper level what needs to happen during each of those stages. So that includes more specific competencies related to, of course, patient engagement, but also fundamentals of drug discovery, clinical pharmacology, clinical trial design and execution, medical and business ethics, regulatory affairs, safety, and health economics competencies. And in addition to those, I would say it's important for medicine development professionals to have competencies in the ways that we work together, the ways we work together in teams as well as individuals, and the ways that we collaborate with our internal and external stakeholders. All of those are essential competencies for today's professionals.
As you mentioned, it is a volatile landscape out there, especially right now. And generally speaking, healthcare, life sciences, those sectors are really undergoing major transformations. How does the Academy's mission align with these broader shifts?
It goes back to the definition of a profession, and that is to know the landscape of your ecosystem that you're working with and make sure that we are providing learners with the tools, the knowledge, and competencies to be prepared for that changing environment, and to also inspire that interest in continuous learning, continuous professional development that is then shared across the working groups and with the faculty to put into practice.
That makes a lot of sense. Teaching learners to be able to change with the times, adapt their learning and their competencies to the times, in a sense.
Absolutely. And at the same time, staying true to the mission of why we all do this in the first place.
Finally, as you are stepping into this leadership role along with Dr. Luria as chair, what kind of impact do you hope to have on the Academy's growth and its global reach?
Well, I'm grateful for this opportunity. And as vice chair, I'm working with our board and our chair in support of and to advise the GMDP Academy management team. And the impact that we're driving toward is sustainable growth and enhancement of the program's offerings that are unique with their global reach as well. Our board members, our CEO, and the management team of the Academy bring a wealth of diverse experiences and perspectives. Together, we're here to build on that legacy of the GMDP Academy of educating and empowering professionals in medical product development who have the passion and whose work is toward better health outcomes and toward advancing our whole business of healthcare and life sciences.
Dr. Schneider, thank you so much for sharing your vision and your leadership with us. And we are very excited to see how the Academy continues to grow and innovate under your guidance. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to add or say?
I'm excited as well. The future is still bright.
It is indeed. And again, thank you for all that you do to champion excellence and human-centered innovation in medicine's development. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you. And I'm very grateful to the Academy to be able to have this opportunity.